3072 Washington Road is still the charred building from last year. A fire one day before Thanksgiving.
Hello? Oh, God. It's flames coming out the window. Don't bust the windows out and everything.
They was yelling, "Get out, get out, get out."
Did they get the kids out?
Neighbors did get out. Even a 4-year-old little girl. EMS reported the child's family was still inside.
We're going to be a set of twins and an adult inside one of the apartments.
Crews later found the body of the other child.
Any has been notified yet?
Mom managed to survive because Mom was the suspect. Nicole Jackson is charged with killing her own daughter, Arielle. Detectives allege Nicole first committed the murder, then set the apartment on fire to hide the crime.
There's no words. I mean, my life is in turmoil.
Skylar Jackson is the mother of the suspect, grandmother of the twins.
These kids right here, it was high risk from the beginning.
Since 2019, the Georgia Division of Family and Children Services, or DFACS, investigated Nicole 3 times for abuse and neglect of her toddlers, Arielle and Gabrielle. The final time infuriates the family.
Can you bring them out so we can see them?
In June, Grandma made an urgent plea for DFACS to go out to the home. State records reveal she reported to the caseworker that children were kicked out of daycare because Mom stopped picking them up. She previously abandoned the twins for 12 days. There was no food in the home. That Nicole believes one of her twins is the devil. All of this 5 months before a murder investigation would unfold.
She literally told me, they were short-staffed and that she was going to go and check on him and call me back.
The caseworker never did, despite DFACS policy directing staff to conduct visual assessment and observe the home. Instead, the caseworker requested East Point Police do a welfare check.
Hi.
The entire police check lasted about 7 minutes. Former DFACS director Tom Rawlings argues there's a critical distinction between an assessment done by law enforcement versus one done by DFACS.
A social worker is much more equipped to determine whether a child is safe,
especially in cases of mental illness. By 2022, Nicole was diagnosed with bipolar disorder with a family history of bipolar schizophrenia, according to Grandma.
How's it supposed to be documented?
I think in the DFACS case it should be.
Bye.
In addition to the caseworker not doing a home inspection herself, she inaccurately noted in the family's file police check for sleep arrangements, food, utilities.
Be safe, okay, ma'am?
What's more, she didn't even know the correct age of the 4-year-old girls police records indicate.
She is a 2-year-old female.
Is a 2-year-old female named Gabrielle Jackson?
Yes, and they twins, and the other child is Arielle Jackson.
That sounds to me like an overloaded workforce, not necessarily a case manager who didn't care.
Standards set by the federal courts outline limits for Fulton and DeKalb welfare workers, a way to minimize harm and errors. But data we analyzed shows the Jackson family caseworker was overloaded for 3 months last year. She was not alone. In 2022, just for Fulton and DeKalb counties, monthly data reveals September had the highest number, 28 caseworkers overloaded.
The caseload is really unbearable. It's really almost unfair at times.
State lawmaker Kim Schofield, who represents the East Point District, claims DFACS needs an overhaul.
We had a baby that died. We had a mother that needed help. We had a family begging for help, and the system failed.
The system is the concern, according to the state's oversight agency called Office of the Child Advocate. The agency sent this letter to DFACS identifying 15 systemic issues, alleging staff working from home are not traveling out as much to perform investigations.
Thank you for the life and the memory of Arielle.
As for the Jackson family,
if she had anything for DFACS, she would say, "Why didn't you help me? I asked you several times. Why didn't you just help us?"
Very articulate for a 4-year-old. She was a little leader. Even had her little spirituality. Very vocal. Loved music. Loved her sister.